Please rise, page 148. Shabbat June. One line from the bottom of page 150, then go straight into 150. There is God, my Elohim, Ba'olam, Ma'azeh, 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 Ma'azeh,
Lo que me está preocupando es que está hablando el aire de nosotros para el YouTube. Entonces, está bien YouTube para que se vea el YouTube. El cine está bien, lo que pasa es
All the people when I say to eat out to find out how people on the heart like snow. They came from me, where she fought at the floor, they have met the Lord of the Lord. They are tired of the night, the full of the all their temper, their eyes, what about the I know one of their children are the they I share will take it from there if we try. You'll have in on the other island, First, care about. That's all the cheer on the Otherwise, we continue with Alicia Lane, Kaddish, page 167, please. Remain standing for these needed appointments. So I'm gonna give a little description of the Torah portion today, because usually Rabbi talks about the Torah portion, but today we're having a guest speaker talking about parts of our liturgy. So I'm just going to give a brief overview of the portion. This is one of my favorite Torah portions. Last night, it's a great story, and it also has a great haftarah attached to it. We have the infamous story of the spies. There are spies sent out, one to each tribe, to survey the land of Israel and bring back a report. 10 of the spies said, they all saw the same thing. 10 of the spies said, we're never, we're basically, doomed when we go there, but there's these people there, and they're like giants, and they're gonna overtake us. And 2 of the spies, Joshua and Caleb, said, we have God on our side, and we can get through it. And they said, but it was too late. So they, the negative report was all to the people went over the people of Israel. They started crying, screaming, complaining, why'd you bring us out of Egypt and only kill us in the land of Israel? God is convinced by Moses once again not to wipe out the entire people right on the spot. But that is where we get the punishment of having to wander in the desert for 40 years. If you've ever wondered why did it take so long for the Jews to wander in the desert? That's why, because they were punished, and that generation was doomed to die over the course of the 40 years, and the next generation would be one to individual, but it's kind of the ultimate story of looking at something with looking at the glass half full versus half empty. You're different people are looking at the same thing, but some people see it as half empty, or others see it as half full, and it's important to keep an eye on what is the optimistic point of view, especially when about Israel, which has something less. So our Torah portion is the second third this year, which begins with chapter 14, verse page 845, verse 8. We'll pause for, the Elmo Aeroplane Memorial Prayer, so we ask everyone to rise, will be second for the prayer for both of the show parents, David Cole and Florence, and for Rabbi Grossman's and Carol. Moja Rahim Shofim, the meeting of the Panaponas, Adam Kashina, and as you find the Parapia, Rahim, and each close. well, and big up what Miriam, and Kira what Moshe Shpritza, Shehal Olam, the Gain and Kendra Patam, Anabel Rakamim, and a president of Rakamim, the world Rakaim, other than that one time, the end of the show, what they have more already. Starting in the 27. Baruch Hu et Adonai Haborah. Baruch Adonai Haborah Le'olam. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim. V'natan banu et torato. Baruch Atah Adonai Noten HaTorah.
El Moshe v'Aaron le'mor ad matai Naida hamra'asod Asher hinam aleim Ayetmunot b'nei Yisrael Asher hinam aleim Alai shamati Emor aleihem Aninu Adonai Imlo kasher dibartem b'oznai kineseh Bami Barze, you be Grechem, Nachal, Yispachem, Liben, Shana, Allah, Asher Hamiotem Adai, Tem Tabo Haaretz, Asher Nasati et Yadi, the Shakinetlem, Ba, Ki in Kalev Yutunem, Yoshua Bindu. Asher Amartem Lebasiyeh, Beiti Yotam Liadu et Aretz Asher Ma'astem Ba, U'Vigrechem Atem Yitlu B'Midbar Haseh, U'Nechem Roi B'Midbar 40 Shana, V'Nasu et Zinutechem Atom Vigrechem B'Midbar. Spar Hayamim Asher Tartem et Haaretz. Yom Lishana, סורת עוונותיכם 40 שנה וידעתם את תנועתי אני אדוני דיברתי לא זאת אעשה לכל העדה הרצות הנועתי במדבר הזה יתאמרו ושם ימותו והאנשים אשר שלח משה לתור את הארץ וישוב וילידו עליו את כל העדה להוציא דיבה על הארץ וימותו האנשים מוציאי דיבת הארץ אבל מגפה לפני אדוני ויהושע בן נון וכלב בן יפונה חיו ומן האנשים ההם הולכים לתור את הארץ
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan לנו תורת אמת, לחיי עולם נתן בתוכנו. Baruch atah Adonai, נותן התורה.
Then reading begins on page 839, 15, verse 31.
וישכימו בבוקר ויעלו שמר הנה ועלינו למקום אשר אדוני נתנו ויאמר משה למשה אתם עוברים את פי אדוני והיא לא תצנח תענו כי אין אדוני בקרבכם ולא תנהגו לפני אוהביכם
Pause for blessing healing. We're deciding we should record all of the kidney, we have a name, some of the coming out in the lives, and we will go around and we will decide the name of the lives. Fire, and you show them start the off and start the off.
Reading begins, means 8:50, chapter 15, verse 4. Adonai Hambora, Here, being returned to the 50, chapter 15, verse 2. So that we saw
Can you see it? Continue with the Haftarah for today. Oh, yes, sorry. Before we continue with the Haftarah, if you had an Aliyah or participated in a Torah service in some way, please subscribe or maintain. So we can do a special blessing for you. Okay, we see it now. We continue with our Haftarah, which comes from the book Judges. No, sorry, Judges was always so Joshua, another J. Joshua, chapter 2, and we have another story of spies who are running away from the king of Jericho, and they come to the house of Rahab, who is a harlot, and she hides them from the armies of the king of Jericho, and in return, she asks them for protection when the people of Israel come to take over the land in the near future. And they say yes, as long as she has a red cord outside her house, and that's a symbol to the armies of Israel that they should leave her house alone as long as they all stay within the borders of her house. If they mention her, if anybody steps outside the borders of her house, then they can't be held responsible. But as long as they all stay inside, they won't touch her. And so it's another great story. And we are in our It's Time to Wash on page 856. Yeah. Yeah.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher b'charteni tovi, v'ratzah v'divreihem הנאמרים באמת. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Moshe Avon Israel Haemet Vatzeh Vayishpa Yoshua Imkenu Min Hashitim Shemayim Anashim Nevadim Perish Memor Anashim Avahi, Ivaya Ashirva, Sulevete, Aiti Hashar, it's for Bahosha, the Anashim Yatsatu, Moyadati, Anahu Anashim, with the food my hands, Abraham keep us you. Me Alatan Haka, but the name could be shaped by age. Arukola Alhaka, Nahanashi, Brother who are and their name. Alpha Dasha Satayu Apare Datu Arundi Apare Mahema Ternishamu Niti Alaka Ayako Aga Latomer Elha Anashim Yadati Inatan Adonai Lamem Epa Amres Vina Hola Vima Malenu Mechina Odu Yoshane Haaretz Mipnechem Ki Shalom Asher Upish Adonai Et Le'yam Mipnechem V'tzeitem Mitzrayim Asher Azimem Ishmei Alpeha Elohim Asher Be'eder Hayaneim Zichron Le'od Asher Echem Kotam Nishma Lina Azulavedu Lokama Odua Vishmi Temehem Ki Adonai Elohim Hu Elohim Vashamayim V'al V'al Haaretz Mifal Ishakuna Ali Balai Yasiti Imahem Pased Vahati Mervatem Ime Gavi Chesed Ulakakli Utemet The thing I don't want to, and I heart the I see the Lima, that's a man. But during the day, my hello, they are alone. They talk with the ear of the one, of one ear shot. Adonai Arolehu, and he could and Harudhi, not they can show shed your need. I show Harudhi. That's what I'm going to I own the rule and the key, each one day, I share each part I do. In I'm not the Ashani Hazan, Dictionary, Bahavona Share for there are the echo the avi Aspi my papaya the oh I should say now they say Namo Yojo Anakniki Asheri Tia Hawaii Namo Yojo Yati Tiamo Mi Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu haolam, shuko haolamim, tzadiko hadorot, ha'el ha'ne'eman, omer Yosef, ha'medaber b'kayim, shekol devarav v'mekad tzedek. Ne'eman, atahu Adonai Eloheinu, v'anachnu niflah, Yorachim otah. Ibarak Shimcha v'Tikochai Kami Ve'olam Va'ed Baruch Atah Adonai Sameach Zion L'Manecha Sameach Adonai Eloheinu Anachnu niflah Yorachim otah Ibarak Shimcha v'Tikochai Kami Ve'olam Va'ed Baruch Atah Adonai Hare
Continue with our service, pick up on page 176. Welcome, you should like prayer for our country, page 107.
Our God, God of our ancestors, with mercy accept our prayer on behalf of our country and its government. For out your will on this land, on its inhabitants, on its leaders, judges, officers, and officials, faithfully devoted in charge of the duty of God. Often understand the duty of justice you have to plead, your peace and security, and happiness of the people of the land. I am God, your spirit is not future. They will pursue the wisdom and all the happiness of the land, but leave from all our hatred, jealousy, and strife, and all companionship, peace, and friendship. All the other people of the age of their own nation. Grant us the knowledge to judge justly, wisdom to have compassion, and understanding and courage to be done with the land. May I be with them, that our land be a blessing to all who dwell on earth. And may we cause all people to develop friendship and freedom. Really fulfill the vision of your prophets. Nations shall not lift up sword against nation. Neither shall it live nor any breath. All of them, the brave shall know me. And let us say, Amen.
Israel, 100.
Die Wahrscheinlich so Israel begonnen. En Medina Israel, which is the life of Latin. I came no let out and brought a Santa, rose on that us to God, England. We flower, Sarah, and would say, what's on the name of the class of that? Let's say, any day, the day, Paris, about shade. And untaught Tasha along the hearts,
Continue with prayer for the army in our handout. May the one blessed our ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah. Bless the soldiers of the Israel Defense Force, and their standing guard upon our land and the cities of our God, on land, in the air, and at sea. May God place obstacles before the enemies that rise against us. May the blessed Holy One guard and rescue our soldiers from all trouble and distress, and from all affliction and illness. Send blessing and success in all the worthy work of their hands. May it be God's will to plant good counsel in the hearts of the leaders of the state, that they may know how to conduct the nation's war with understanding, awareness, and wisdom. May our soldiers depart in peace and return home with light and peace. Let us say, Amen. And continue with capital hostages at the bottom of the sheet.
Guarda, perché quindi so che tu non hai già solo
Oh, make it stronger. I do believe sorry. Sarah,
io lo sapevo.
Our brethren, all the house of Israel, our brethren, all around the world, are given to our times, sorrow and captivity, stand between the waters and between dry land. May I not die and speak. Compassion on my heart times, their spirits. Please bring it to the light, place and return. Watch out, while the cloud is It's exciting, we have action friends. We have somebody to hold the
Come decir, esa postura, como las cosas con inspiración, tensión, exageración. Lo que no es te quedas en capacidad, si te firmas, vas a sentir un sueño extraordinario. Dale. Y te ve lo bueno que es.
There is a postponement at the beginning of the next new month. It's coming up in this coming week. We recite prayer for the month of Sabbath. It's found on page 108. Give me the heart's Lord, ye hear us on
Quiero como
the
pendeja.
Will begin next Saturday and on the day following Sunday. May the blessing of us and all of Israel. Join me in the last paragraph of English. May the Holy One bless this new month for us and for the entire people of the house of Israel with life and peace, joy and gladness, deliverance and consolation. Let us say, when we continue with Andre on page 181. Rise as prepared to return to our page 180. And hallelujah, she was a night, we stop, she was Seated. It's now my great pleasure to call on Rabbi Phil Cole. Most recently with the Rabbi Congregation Cultural Annapolis, but has been frequent attending of the Shalom. And yes, Rabbi being with us, first. And so his theme today is a song, Psalm 92, a song for Shabbat. Song for Shabbat, so on out.
Thank you, Hassan. Nice to be here with you and everybody else. Glad to be here. So thank you to Rabbi Greenspan for giving me the opportunity really to share a Dvar, well, Torah on part of the Tanakh. Psalm 92 is part of our liturgy as well. It's called and known as the Psalm for Shabbat. It has the introduction. I passed around the sheet. Does everybody or everyone who wants the sheet? That's the sheet. Those who are online. Sheet that I passed around. You might have it accessible. It's Psalm 92. It's from Siddur Sim Shalom, the Siddur that was used prior to the current use of Siddur Lev Shalom. So if you have that, you can go get that. If you don't, you can pretty much follow along. I'll tell you why I needed that sheet in a few minutes. But the same psalm, of course, is found in Siddur Lev Shalom, several places, including page 27 in Siddur Lev Shalom. So we recite this psalm on Shabbat. It is introduced with what we call the Koteret title. This is the only such title for the psalms that we use for the days of the week. There are other psalms we recite on other days of the week. If you're familiar with the weekday prayers, none of the other psalms that we, for example, tomorrow morning, people will recite in services. Stop on your own, pray on your own. Psalm 24. You open up Psalm 24 in a Tanakh, printed Bible, you won't find the introduction that you will find in the Siddur to that psalm. That this is the first day of the week, and the Levites used to sing this psalm on the first day of the week. That will not, it'll be in the Siddur, but it won't be in the Tanakh. This psalm has this introduction in the Siddur, of course, and also in the Tanakh. It's unique in that way. Open up Psalm 92, you see it's small print at the top. These words, these more sheer Leon HaShabbat. So the question is, how is this psalm reflective or representative of the Sabbath day? What I present to you today, I learned from a colleague of Rabbi Grossman and mine out of Jerusalem. He lives in Jerusalem, made Aliyah 50 years ago. His name is Rabbi Benjamin or Benji Siegel, who has written extensively on the Psalms in recent years, other books in the Bible as well. And I had the pleasure of sitting in a lesson he presented at a rabbinical assembly several years ago. And I kept the notes. What I present to you is basically what I get, other than maybe whatever comes out of my mouth that's a little different today. But it's teaching that I'm glad to share with you. By the way, I just learned via other RA communications that clinical assembly communications, the online communication, that he was selected, I think, last week in the Jerusalem Post of being the Jerusalemite of the week. They have such a feature, and that's kind of coincidental that I'm teaching his lessons here today. So this is Psalm 92. What I would like to do is read the psalm responsively in English, like I would be leading it in the service, or the rabbi might in the service room would have a responsive reading, just to get a sense of the English. Later, Hazan and I will sing the psalm, the whole psalm, in a special melody at the end of the presentation. Hopefully, I won't take too long, but we'll have a little bit of a chance for discussion. So let's, out of this language, is on the sheet that I have, page 23 in Siddur Sim Shalom. Let's I'll read the first 3 lines and we'll continue responsively from there. Psalm 92, a song for Shabbat. It is good to acclaim Adonai, to sing your praise, exalted God. Your works, Adonai, make me glad. I sing with joy of your creation. Thoughtless cannot comprehend, the foolish cannot fathom this. Your enemies, Adonai, your enemies shall perish, all the wicked shall crumble. The righteous shall flourish like the palm tree, they shall grow tall like a cedar in Lebanon planted in the house of Adonai, they will thrive in the courts of our God. So I'll ask the question just right now. Does anything in the psalm, at least in the English translation, directly, or maybe even close to indirectly, refer to Shabbat? Any comments? Any reaction? Certainly you agree there's no word of Shabbat other than in that little superscription to Koter. The body of the psalm, right? No word of Shabbat, no specific word Shabbat. Anything that connects. So let's look. Sidur Sim Shalom mentions a little bit about this at the top. You see at the introduction, the second sentence. Well, let's read the whole thing. This psalm was recited by the Levites on Shabbat with the offering of the Tamid, the daily sacrifice. Rashi considers this psalm's dedication to Shabbat appropriate because it portrays an ideal world. Rashi actually says Olam Haba. That's the world to come. That's the ideal. Right? And Rashi says that, to be specific, to quote Rashi, Origo Toba Shabbatam, Shabbatom, we say this on Sabbaths, the Hu Midaber, because it speaks the Inyan Olam Haba, it speaks about the world to come, Shekulo Shabbat. Shabbat's a taste of the world to come. This is a taste here. In the world to come, we're all going to be retired. Everybody, full time. Right? It's Shabbat all the time. That's one way of understanding. So that's the connection that Rashi sees, because he sees references to at least a just world, a world where the righteous are fully rewarded, and those who are not righteous are not right. Yes, Jim. What can we say? Right, that's right, Rabbi's right. Yes, it could be that his hopeful understanding of it as well. It's a traditional understanding, but that could be behind it. Yes. All right, so that's what Rashi says. Later on, we're going to come near the end of the presentation of the study. We're going to come to another understanding, or somewhat similar that's I think even better by the commentator called Radak, and I'll talk about him. Let's go in Lev Shalem, quickly, just to show you what it tries to do. Let's go to page 27 in Lev Shalem. And we'll just read one little comment there, and then we're going to look at the psalm one here. 27 in Lev Shalem, because there is commentary in Lev Shalem, right? And this psalm appears frequently on Shabbat because we recite it one time on Friday night, two times on Shabbat morning at least, right? And then there was a custom, and I like the custom. The melody that we will sing is the melody that we use when it is sung on Shabbat afternoon, after the Torah reading on Shabbat afternoon in some congregations. And that additional rendering of this song is found there as well. But look at page 27 at the top on the right. There are a couple of comments. Psalm 92 begins by contemplating the wonder of creation and ends with a vision of the righteous flourishing in God's house. Well, the second part there reflects Rashi's statement. First part, I don't see a real strong reference to creation. I see some of it. I see, day and night, that idea, that is certainly the theme, but it's, I would say, a loose or weak connection to creation. You can make it, but it's not exactly. And of course, Sabbath is the end of the creation process. And then it goes on to say, it thus celebrates two themes of Shabbat. Shabbat is a day of appreciating creation, and Shabbat is a taste of the time of redemption. And then it goes on to say Shabbat is a day of gratitude. That may be another theme as well. But you have to draw those out, I think. So now, yes. It does. In terms of the you mean in the translation? Yes, very good. And that probably is a theme that they pick up from one of the interpretations. And it is the translation of, it says creation, and of course creation implies Shabbat, right? But they be glad. Masayah Def, right? Masayah Def Arane. Masayah Def are the words in your hands. So they translate that as creation. So it's not exactly Masayah Bereshit in the Hebrew, but good. Thank you. Yes. Let's do something big. Rather than looking at the psalm in terms of the language and the meaning of the words, what I'd like to do, this is what Rabbi Siegel showed me, is to look at the structure of the sun and to look at its literary artistry. It is beautiful, and you'll see the sign when you look at the sun, when you look at the sun a little different right now. If I were to ask you, pick a number between 1 and 10 that most represents Shabbat, what number would that be? 7. Keep that in mind. If you don't know the answer to the question, it's most likely the answer is going to be 7. When we go forward. There is another possible answer for another feature of the sun. I won't tell you that right away. 7 is going to be a good guess, and that's a good guess almost any time a rabbi asks you a question. So there is that number. All right, now, if you don't, and if you look at one of the reasons I picked this presentation of the sun is because this is the traditional division of the sun by verse, according to the biblical text. If you were to open up the Bible, you would see the sun divided up by verses like it is in Sequence and Shalom. For whatever reason, I could call some of our colleagues, Sidur Le Shalem breaks it up by verses in a different pattern, and it doesn't work. I think it loses artistry by what it does. So in this case, I think Sequence and Shalom keeps the integrity of the psalm, and I'll show you how. If you don't include the Koteret superscription, the words song for Shabbat, don't include that. Go through the psalm. It's a little easier to do it in the Hebrew, but it is easier to do it. See if you can figure out quickly how many, and the answer is not simple. How many verses there are. Look at periods, see if you can count out quickly somebody how many verses there are in the psalm. Without including the words, in other words, the word told, although Ladonai, would be the first verse. Got 14? Everybody else want something else? Well, got 50? 50 stands. And look here, it's 15. Okay? There are 15. And now, what would be, if you do that, what's the middle verse? Right? What would be 8, right? Which one was it? Sorry. Which one is it? Short. Yakar Marol, the Olam Adonai, translated in the English side, in this couplet or the 2 lines where it says, the wicked may flourish, springing up like grass, but their doom is sealed. There should be, if you were doing the Hebrew period, next verse, where you are supreme forever. Yatam Marol, the Olam Adonai, will translate that to the Hebrew. Yatam Marol, the Olam Adonai. You see the Hebrew, everybody, right in the middle of the page. 4 words with a period. The word is designed with the Yatam. See it? That's the middle verse. Okay? So if that's the middle verse, first of all, how many verses are there? That's the middle verse. How many verses are there above it? And how many below it? 7. It's the middle verse. Keep it in mind. So 7 and 7. Shabbat, right? 7 and 7. Okay, next. By the way, just one more thing. 15. You take letters and numbers 1, but 15 words and 7. You heard the word was often represented. Yours for 10, I hope maybe this gets Yud is for 10, and Hey is for 5. And what does Yud Hey stand for? God, Hashem. Right? God. So there's 15 psalms, 15 verses, I should say. 7, 7, 1 in the middle. Yud Hey is God. Starting to see the structure. Okay, now, go through the first half of the verse, up to that middle verse, and see how many times Yud Hey Vav Hey, the word that we pronounce Adonai, see how many times that appears in the first half of the verse, right? Not including the middle verse. And you can guess. many times does your name appear in the first? And the rabbi? 3 times. And how many times in the middle verse? That middle verse? 1. Count the second half. Second half of the song. Find the name in the second half. God's name. 3. What's the total? Purposely, specifically, beautifully designed. 3, 1, 3. Middle verse, 3 above, 1 in the middle, 3 below. Accidental. Keep going. Gonna keep going. Now it's going to take a little bit of time. Okay. We know where the first half is, and we know where the second half is. We know those 4 words in the middle are in between, right? So they don't count. Well, somebody, let's have this side of the room here, these 2 sections, count the number of words in the top half. Number of words in the top half up to those 4 words, not including those 4 words, up to those 4 words in the middle, and this section, how many words in the second half below those 4 words? Now, count the number of words. Pardon me? 2. Thank you. Hyphenated words, I believe, are always here considered as 2. Hyphenated words. Next, you do the second. Correct. How many the first step and we got 52. 52 in the first, exactly the same number of words. Thank you. But 52 in the first half, 52 in the second. Special about 52. There are lots of things that are special about 52. I'm not going to get into the Kabbalistic stuff because I don't know it so well. I can just hint a bit. Really not mystic in that way. Like today, I think it's part of my life, but I haven't gotten there yet. But I'm old enough to study it now, that's for sure. Yes, for sure. I have to be 40, and so I'm well beyond that, that's for sure. But 52 and 52, all right? So what number do all of us, this is an aside that I've just heard more recently, not from Rev Messi, but maybe you wanted to as well. 52 tells me what do you think? Weeks of the year. Now, while we have a lunar calendar, there are also adjustments to the solar calendar. Our sages, I heard from one colleague said the priests were aware of the solar calendar that it's 52 weeks in it. Okay, this is also just something from me. Obviously, 5 and 2 equals 1. 7. I think that just may be coincidence, maybe not. I don't know. But here's what's not a coincidence. Okay. That's correct. The leap year that's that's why I'm throwing that off to the side. A regular year, right? I think years are kind of putting those 2 together, but that's good. That's good. But here's something that is not this. And right on time. Divide 52 in half and with 26. And does anybody know what 26 is special about in the country? Okay. 15 and 11. The 4 letters that make up God's name. Good, name, name. We write it in Hebrew. Right? And so I was purposely 7 times in the Psalm. Those 4 letters in Gematria equals 26. We have 26 times 2. 26 times 2. So you have 4 references, 4 26s, and we'll get that 4 number. Oh, that I have made. Thank you. That's really nice. That's going to go to my notes after Shabbat. Didn't think about that. Very nice. Thank you. Very, very, very good. Okay. So it's 4 times 26, not including the 4. 52 and 52. Now we're going to look at that middle verse. Middle verse. The Atan, Maro, Le'olam, Adonai. Translated as I showed you before at the end of that 2 lines. For you are supreme forever. But we're going to look at it really word for word just in a minute or two. All right. First of all, you should know, right? There are how many words? 4 words. Keep in mind. How many letters in God's name that we're concentrating on? So this is the other magic number. Okay? 7, and usually sometimes it's 3 in lots of things, but here it's 4. Because it's God's name. Yod Hey Vav Hey. 4. Okay? And let's take a look at the meaning of this sentence. It was pointed out that really there's no specific verb in the sentence. If there is one, it's understood. First word, ve'ata, and you. Second word, marom. Marom is the word that is a synonym for heavens, right? Amarom, right? In the heavens. Third word, beautiful Hebrew word le'olam, which means forever. It also implies the world. And the last word, Yod Hey Vav Hey is God. Rabbi Siegel said when he taught this in the class I attended, he said his son looked at this verse, and what he saw was, in these 4 words, God, 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 and God. Most specifically, in the last one, more enigmatically, hints in the other 3. The top, to be clear, you, God, Maro, an idea of God in the heavens, and Le'olam, forever, and Adonai. So God, 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 and how many times, how many letters in this in each of the words? Well, here, each of the words, 4 words. Each one has 4 letters, right? God's name has 4 letters. And if we go back to what we said earlier, how many times is God's name mentioned in the first half of the psalm? In the second half of the psalm? And what mention of God is this in the psalm? 4. Is this accidental? If it is Ben Siegel, it should be hired as a private investigator. You know, it is right there, but you have to look carefully, and you have to take time, and you have to be patient, and you have to see what's not really hidden, but it's obscured almost because of the way we go through texts. Right? I think that are all the little pieces of information that I've shared with you. This whole song about God. It's about relating to God. It's about finding God in the midst of everything that's going on in the world. Everything else that's going on. I'm going to read to you a little section of commentary from the doc. I've translated just a few lines, which I think speaks to this. And then we're going to sing, the cantor and I will sing Rosh Hashanah. It's a kind of easy melody to pick up. Whole song. And I'll make a point there. So this is what Radak, who was Rabbi David Kimfi, who lived in the 13th century in poems. And it's a great commentator to prophets and specifically the writings as well. We don't hear about him. I don't know that we have a commentary of his on the Torah, not one that I ever see, but for the letter books we do. And he wrote the following. On the first word of the psalm, Tov, it is good, Tov, it is good to give thanks, he wrote the following. Tov Yom HaShabbat, Sabbath is good. Tov Hodot Lo, L'Adonai B'Sha'ar, you may have Shavua. It is better to give thanks to God on this day than any other day of the week. Why? Because we're free from all of the things that make us busy during the rest of the week in the world. Maybe I just want to tell you, my Shabbat morning at home, you can feel the difference in our Three of us in the home, we're all running to go someplace, even though my wife and I are both retired in activities here, Shabbat. We all know where we're going. Why? It's calm. It's peaceful. I'm worried about anything else except the issue. It's really, you can feel the difference. V'nishmato, nach mitirdat hakufet. So the soul, our souls are resting from the burden, the weariness, the burdens that are on our body. U'mit'aseket b'chokhmah, we can engage in wisdom, activities of wisdom, avodat ha'elohim, and worship of God. V'tov lomar l'shimcha elyon, and it's good to declare, to sing to your praise name, to your exalted name, Pi HaNeshama HaElyona, that the exalted soul, the high soul, higher soul, will find place, space, way to praise you because you are deserving of this praise. You are Elyon. The translation in the English does not include God's name 7 times. And I think that's missing something very important. So while and the translation is not supposed to be literal, it's supposed to be more lyrical, it's supposed to be used as we did for a responsive reading, but there are some things that are missing in this translation, and of course this in Lev Shalem as well, I believe. And these are some of the things that are missing. Radak's answer, I think, is really right. Invite the cantor to come up, just stand next to me, and we'll sing this together. You can use this sheet. We'll chant the song and just listen. The reason why I chose this melody to share with you is 2 reasons. One, goes with the whole song. 2, on that key phrase, Yata Maron Yolam Adonai, I'm borrowing perfectly, but on that phrase, the melody changes. It's a shift. It's like a pause. It says, pay attention. It's going to be a little different. We'll hear it. We'll hear the difference. Stop.
So I'll begin Yamida on page 185 to 186. You will join me for the Kedusha on 187, and then we will go back to the Yamida from individually from 185 through 190.
Excuse me. Should we put the egg up? Should we put the eggs? Yeah, I think now it's time. Yeah, because the service is supposed to finish at 12, so we're most likely good. We should put the eggs, or should we cut the egg? No, just put them as it is. You don't have to open them. Just put them up? Yeah, peel them? Yeah, you can just, no, you don't have to peel them. Just undo the wrapper and just put them like that. You just put them like that? Yeah, that's it.
Hello, thank you, wait, hello, thank you, thank you, no, thank you, thank you, thank you, please, hello, thank you, please, hello, thank you, please, hello, thank you, please, hello, thank you. That's okay, you don't have a thing, you don't have a okay, you don't have a thing, you borrow, that's okay, you borrow, that's okay, you borrow, okay, you borrow. My top was okay, my top was okay, my top was okay, my top was okay. Stop, take care, on me, make God and my for it, rise from in a peaceful fight. You chop it out, I take you on you everything. Hello, I'm just putting all my soul. Hello, I'm nothing but that. They go around, they fall now.
How Olympics were used.
Warner's Cottage. It's on page 207, so it's party for serving outside or tradition to maintain Warner's Cottage, Main Drive. This week, we are observing the yard sites of Forest Esland, Enya Blogger, Irving Kosloff, Judith David Sinowitz, Nathan Holden, David Cole, Gerald Jarvis, Geraldine Dalmacombe, Rabbi Mendel Abrams, Dorothy Rabinowitz, Ray Rubenstein, Florence Winslow, Lillian Neal. Each to listen. Ikazal, Ikadash, Ikala, Elman, Ibrak, Faye, Elviko, Faye, Ayekon, 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 Karel, Father, Islam, Abi, Ibu, Ami, Raham, Farah, Islam, Obey, Amaya, Ibarah, Ishtaba, Ibahar, Ishabam, Isase, Ibadar, Isale, Shabbat June. Eva, Nicole, their Pata, Shirata. Shishma Pata, Pata, down the right, down off, the case, Mama, Rabba, Mishmaya, Mahim, Amin, down Israel, what said Shalom, who Yasir Shalom, Amin, down Israel. It's my question. All on. You're going to national support it. Shalom.net. After Shabbat, please take a moment to follow the way that Shalom is.
Bueno, parece que se va a pasar.
No, ya, porque se tarda un poco.
Don't know how much they're called up, the terrible infinity problem. Ain't that so that was so full of time that legends don't need up. We are hurrying, but I call to live on the Robin, who I got, and who will live, and who be a bit cheaper up. Do it, loving, you think you know that I'll be rough. Leaving cheap and leave up, leave them low. I was that happy strong. The lady that I call me, it's so happy, the things are up. DC, one of the things that not to see, they on their truck. They had the lost people free, the take and on his up. They could see if the outing had them, I leave them low, he rock. Right, Shamru b'nei Yisrael, v'yetach Shabbat, l'asat et ha'ashgacha, v'yom ne'rim zolam, ve'hi v'nei Yisrael, oti me'yom, ve'hi v'nei Yisrael, oti me'yom, she'eh v'gavati, asa'ato v'noi, and touch the do I know how to be? Do I know how to be? One more quick announcement for a quick announcement, it's like, welcome. And Lisa, no, name correct, they were great, but listen, Nelson, our new education director, very excited.